Hey everybody, Cassie Kitty here, and this is going to be a one-shot video because it's 5:07 in the morning, Central Time, and I was staying up watching YouTube videos, which, you know that you watch a YouTube video and like an hour later you don't know where you are next. But I'm gonna cram this up in like the few minutes that I have. I want to talk to you guys that you may find my fears really weird. Mikey Bolts, he wants to fly people out. This is no sponsorship of any kind. But he and another person wanted to fly a person out to LA so they can face their fears, which made me second guess my fears, which I've been working with one, but the other three does not really gonna be fixed at all. But I have a fear of the dark. I actually sleep with the nightlight, and I'm about to be 21 in 24 days, and it's a long story, but long story short, it's because of my brothers that locked me in my room. You know, big brothers be cruel to their little sisters. But I try to say, oh, it's all up in my head, what's in the past, and I'm working on it, because one time when I was little, I got done eating supper. It was about like an hour or two later, and I was sitting in the dark, and I hyperventilated, and I actually blew chunks of what was not digested yet, and that really sucks. But I still have the fear. It's just that I can sit in the dark longer. I can sit in the dark for a good about 3 to 5 minutes without being anxious. But when I sit in the dark for a long period of time, longer than 5 minutes, without something distracting me, well, cell phone won't distract me, I'm still sitting in the dark. But I get very anxious. I tap my foot. I sort of bite at my nails. I become restless. I practically feel tight, and I feel heavy, and I just want some source of a light. Like, not even a street light would help me. I want like something bright, like this lamp right here, so I can see what's going on. The nightlight gives me enough light because it's at a faraway distance, so I know what's going on. But if you put me in a dark room, I can't really sleep all that well, and I get very anxious, very anxious. And that it's like, even though you have a fear that may sound weird and people may tease you about it, I told my friends and they never teased me about it at all. I told them, I'm afraid of the dark. And they asked me why, and I said, my brothers locked me in my room. I'm afraid of the dark. Probably some of them never heard of it, but I did tell them that I was afraid of worms. but I am afraid of the dark. There is a phobia of the dark, but I forgot what it's called. But they said the way you can get fears is you're either born with it, or it develops over time, or something really tragic has to happen to you. Like, I was in a tornado about 4 years ago, and I have a slight fear to heavy winds. And it's like I have a fear towards octopuses, squids, and darkness. So if I look at a squid, just thinking about it makes me squirm. Octopuses, I think I put this in the 50 Facts About Me video, but I will say this, that it was when I was in kindergarten and we went to go look at the animals, the sea animals and starfishes, and I was so fascinated by octopuses. And I was like, oh, cool, sweet, an octopus. They look so awesome. And it's like, I liked looking at them, but I don't want to touch them since I know they're so squishy. But I was walking by a tank, like a little tub, that they held like a smaller octopus. And it was like the size of this lamp, or the size of the top of the lampshade. And I was looking at 8 starfish, like the squiggly ones, and I found them so cool since I love starfish. And I was about to walk in front of it and look in, and then the tentacle came out and flinged at me, and I got really, really scared. Really, really, really scared. And the teacher told me to move back in line. I said no. And the lady said, oh, they're very curious animals. I said, I don't care. I said, I'm afraid. I said, I'm afraid I'm not going to do anything. So my teacher, which I love, Miss Livingston, she made me stay close enough to the animals, but far enough from the octopuses. And I found it like it was trapped in like a vault, but when I see an octopus, it brings back bad memories, and I just squirm at the sight of it. So if I see a video of one, I squirm. If I see one of a squid, I practically freak out because they're disgusting creatures. Ugh. Disgusting creatures. And worms, I've been afraid of them ever since I was little. My brother used to tease me, just pick up a worm on a rainy day and say, hey Cassandra, look, a worm, and he'll run. But here's the thing, I'm not afraid of gummy worms, but I am afraid of real worms. I just hate the way they move, and they're so slimy. I don't know the main reason how I became afraid. It's just that I hate worms. Period. It's like I'm a very weird child, but I own up to my fears. Probably there's some fears that I don't even know about. Actually, I'm afraid of deep water. I can't swim at all, because I have a couple bad experiences. Like, one of the Girl Scouts, we were at like a public pool, and we were in like a professional pool, which went from 9 feet to 20 feet deep. And I was trying to get out because when I'm in the pool, I hug the ledge. And I never go out in the middle. I always hug the ledge. Sorry, camera cut off. But I will hug the ledge, and the girl was using my head as leverage to get out of the pool, and she dunked my head underwater, and I tried to get up, and she put her foot on top of my head and dunked it down further. And good thing I was hanging on by 2 fingers. My middle finger and my ring finger, I was hanging on for dear life, and the Girl Scout leaders and no adults were doing anything. And I told the Girl Scout leader, and she said, well, you shouldn't be in the pool. And I know I post this videos on Facebook, and I know some of my Girl Scout leaders daughters may look at this and say, oh, she never came up to me. I did. Also, at one of my very good best friends, which I miss her, at her birthday party, which she was the first friend I went to a slumber party at a hotel, and it was a public pool, and I went into a pool that was too deep, so I couldn't climb out from the side, so I seen the little ladder, so I was trying to get to that so I can climb out. So I was hugging the wall, and my finger slipped, and I tried to grab it, but it kept on slipping. And then when I had a slight grip on it, the lady turned around and made eye contact with me, and she just turned right back as she seen me struggling. And I can tell she was like either in her teens or her early 20s. And I was climbing out, and I told my friend that I'm not getting back in the pool. She asked why, and she said, I told her that the lifeguard didn't bother to save me. She made eye contact with me, and she was not happy. But she didn't bother to yell at her. So, yeah, that's my slightest fears and my major fears. So if you guys have any fears, tell me. I'm really curious. I love finding out about other people's fears. I don't like using them, though, if you get what I mean. Like, with my brothers, it's more for revenge. So, I will see you guys later. I am going to get some sleep. And I'll see you guys either next Saturday or Friday. See everyone.